SeatGeek is the easiest way to find the best deals on tickets to pretty much any live event. Concerts, sports, theater, comedy, whatever you want. Download the SeatGeek app today and enter promo code SEATS to save $20 on your first purchase.
Hey everybody, it's Therese Paylor, Chiefs beat writer with the Kansas City Star, and I'm here with the 18. Say hello.
Hello, gentlemen.
Happy Festivus. Early. Early.
Hi. State your real name. Hi. Glad to be with you guys.
Let me make sure I go back properly here.
Not too close on the camera lens.
Yeah.
Don't distort it.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me.
Let's get this out of the way early.
Oh, wow.
We're on the table.
Here we go.
There's beef.
Everyone else at this table, everyone else at this table
And significant others.
and significant others was at the Star Sports Staff Christmas party at Shea Gregorian last night. There was one person who didn't come because I didn't invite him.
Start your tweets.
Let's just say there was a glitch in the system. But somebody else at this table said the feud is on.
That's right.
So, anyway, you can see we have a light mood here tonight.
That's why we had to sit you next to each other. Now we didn't work this out.
Start your tweets, ladies and gentlemen. What's the real reason behind it?
Is this Godfather music? What?
This little Notorious B.I.G. There's beef here. The song is called What's Beef? Yeah. We've got beef between two members of the A-team that we're going to hash out.
I wondered how long you could sustain that. I was thinking about that. I don't do that very well. Anyway, we're here.
How did you
We're
feel
good.
about that?
Had a good dinner instead, didn't you?
Disappointed.
Tell me your feelings.
Sad, disappointed, left out, excluded, shamed, angry.
The right effect. The right effect.
Angry.
Desire.
I hope Cindy Gregorian's watching right now.
You hit the whole
Well, I throw her under the bus. We get a lot of thumbs up here, or a lot of people just already losing interest.
I really appreciate my
Moved on to
phone
Sunday
going
Night
crazy and everything. Yeah, we got a good amount of people here, man. This is good. People are just happy to see a win. Yeah, we're not going to get the thing? No?
Oh.
Hey! That's why I was
Sorry,
giving you
I forgot.
space. Yeah, I want you to have that.
Sorry, I needed to take it by. Priorities.
Hey, whenever you can take a dig.
All night, right? It's going to be all night.
All right,
There
bring
you
it.
go. There you go, Sam. That's what you wanted.
There we go.
There you go. People wanted to make sure you get
Oh,
people very unhappy with you, Vahe.
it was a glitch in the system, I just have to say. It was a terrible glitch in the system. And I'll be making up for it for a long time.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Sam was okay with it.
I would have loved to have gone.
Would you?
Yeah, of course.
I think, you know what? Okay. You know what? We're going to leave that alone because I think it's known in the corporate world that company parties aren't like always looked forward to, right? This one might be a little different though, right? I mean,
was
Vahe and
lovely.
Cindy's wonderful home.
It was a lovely
It was a great
affair.
time, right? It was a
Sure
great time.
was.
We all had a great time.
Sure it was.
Fantastic. More than enough spirits, I would say.
It's very spirited.
Yeah, a lot of
was quite
spirits.
spirited.
It's good stuff. People
Especially
too.
in the eggnog.
Yeah.
I was
There
wondering
was a
where
lot
you
of people there.
I hit the eggnog pretty hard.
lot of
It
people
was
there.
good.
It was
All
good
right.
concoction.
All right, so the Chiefs went ahead and they won this game finally. Snapped a 4-game losing streak. They beat the Oakland Raiders 26-15. And I have to give credit to Blair Kirkhoff because I feel like you've had kind of the pulse of the team and like you've been correct on your predictions. What the last
few
3 weeks?
Yeah, last
right.
few weeks.
And yeah, no, you had it, man.
Just had a sense, just kind of had a feeling that this was the week to snap out of it. Coming home, rivalry game, the way they lost to him the last time. And, you know, look, they lost to bad teams, the Jets and the Giants especially, but the Chiefs weren't that bad a team. They're just not that bad a team. To sound too much like Andy Reid, the margin's too thin in the NFL, and it really is. It's really small. Just on the wrong side, a couple of these losses, and I thought they were dominant today. Dominant for 3 quarters.
They were. And in an effort to team build following by his exclusion of a key team. Just
cold
It's
exclusion.
cold exclusion.
Wow,
On my
so now
hand.
it's on me. Oh, you're just happy to rub it in on him. All right.
I'm gonna share the play recalling duties as we do every week, as you guys know. We'll recap the game quickly and then answer your questions and all that good stuff. But I'm handing over the play calling sheet to Sam, right? Hey, look, I have full trust in Sam to handle the play calling, right?
Terez did the
I've done this in the
installs.
past. I did the installs throughout the week, right?
You drew them all up in the napkins first.
That's
and,
right.
yeah.
So we're gonna let him do it. Have faith in him to do it. All right. What we got first, Sammy?
All right, 3 and out from the Oakland Raiders. They come out and the Chiefs stop them cold.
Third play was big. What happened on the third play?
Sack.
By
A sack by
Chris
Chris Jones. Pocket collapsing.
Yeah.
Right as Blair was calling out his time-honored thing about favorite situation for the opponent of the Chiefs, 3rd and 7 or longer.
Third and long. I just figured this is where the Chiefs usually give up the 13-yard completion.
Yeah.
They get the sack instead, and it set the tone. I really did think it set the tone.
I think so, too.
I thought the whole first series too, because remember the first play they tried to throw at Steven Nelson, who really had a bad game the last time out, and immediately knocks it away from Michael Crabtree, very good receiver, starts barking at him.
He did.
And he was ready. He was going at it. Choice words, but I'm like, all right, that's a good sign. Then the very next play, Jarvis Jenkins stuffs Marshawn Lynch and starts flexing. I'm like, oh, okay. I see what kind of game this is going to be today.
Yep.
And then obviously Chris Jones makes the play. He starts flexing too. I'm like, the first thing I think I said was, where has this been? They've been sleepwalking for a month.
Right.
Where had that been?
The defensive line had been, I think we talked about this last week, the single, at least in my view, the single most disappointing position group on the team. And for that to happen right away. And they did, there was a little wrinkle, right? Some Bob Sutton creativity. And I can't remember if it was on that play now or later where they would rush Justin Houston inside and let Chris Jones
outside.
go against the tackle outside and just use his muscle. That was a lot of us have been calling for Bob Sutton to be more creative, right? And that was a wrinkle that I wasn't expecting.
I also like more press coverage today.
Yeah.
Right, those guys were on the line of scrimmage, and have the kind of competitors. I think that kind of brings out the best in a lot of them. Nelson in particular likes to get his hands on people. He's probably a little better when he can do that, and he's not having to deal with two-way goals from the slot. But especially Terrence Mitchell. Mitchell's really competitive, and that kind of can make up for the fact his long speed's not that great. I thought Mitchell had another nice game. He had 3 deflections a day.
And a pick.
And a pick. And it makes you wonder, again, why was he not playing? This is a guy that continually kind of makes plays and at least competes, and you know that.
And when he was not playing, it was just sudden he's not playing at all.
Coach's decision not
Coach's
playing.
decision set up.
Yeah,
straight,
total mystery why he wasn't playing.
Well, freelancing too much, but you wonder why you can't get to him during the week. Like, why did they have to punish themselves by playing other people and have that last multiple weeks, too? This wasn't like a 1-week deal with Terrence Mitchell. Like, if he's freelancing, okay, but you should be able to get to that guy during the course of the week without making him pay for it for 3 months, because he's absolutely, in my opinion, at least a top 3 corner on this team, right?
Yes.
So, what else, Sam?
All right, Chiefs' first possession, they take over on their own 42, kind of a soft punt by King.
And the penalty, too, though.
Penalty pushed him back a little bit. Key play on that drive was Alex Smith, that scramble just right up the middle. It opened up for him and got them into field goal range. They stalled Harrison Butker, 53-yarder. Was that career long? Is that what
That was.
Yeah.
51-yard.
Even the kicker was getting into it.
Yeah.
With an exaggerated fist pump. All these guys, man.
That was good from a ways, too. Like, that thing clear.
Yeah.
My goodness.
That guy has a lot of swagger for a kicker, by the way. Like, if you hang around him.
For a
he's
practice squad kicker, too.
Very cocksure individual.
Yeah.
Very much
Cocksure is
so.
a great word. All right, Raiders, not a 3 and out, but just 1 first down and a punt. Chiefs defense still holding time. And then, all right, so this drive, too, their second drive, the Chiefs' second drive, LDT talked about this after, like, that because this was I'm not going to count it right now, but something like a 12-play drive that ended up in a touchdown. And LDT, 14 plays, 86 yards, talked about, like, how encouraging that is, especially for the offensive line, that it's not throw deep to Tyreek and he goes 70 yards. This is sustained, running the ball.
What it was last week against the Jets.
Yeah, pushing against the line of scrimmage. Like, those guys up front, I thought had their best game, if not all season, it's certainly in a really long time.
I think you could say it was their best game running the ball in 9 weeks. I mean, that was, well, actually 7 weeks. That was Kareem Hunt's first 100-yard game in 7 weeks.
That's crazy.
And that was his first touchdown. And you found this, Vahe.
Well, Blair knew to look. It was September 24th against the
9
Chargers.
games.
First time since then. And only the Chiefs' second rushing touchdown overall since then. The only other one was Alex Smith against Washington.
I asked Andy if the improved running game had more to do with the improved intensity or if they change the blocking schemes. Because, I've been killing them about these schemes where it's too hard, these blocks are too hard to make. And the linemen have never complained about it because these are tough guys that don't like to come out. These are man's men most of the time. They don't like to complain. But I asked Andy about it, and he was like, yeah, Andy Heck did a good job today. I thought he did a real good job. I'm like, oh, okay, that tells me everything I need to know. So they figured that part out, I think.
I got LDT kind of to the side, and he basically said what you've been calling for weeks, Terez. He said simplified. We simplified it instead of how do you say? Instead of worrying about how we're going to get to our guy, we're just worrying about getting to him and being aggressive. And to me, that meant no more of this BS like ballistic, footwork that Zach Fulton is not going to be able to pull off, and just go hit a guy and try and push him back a little bit.
Was this possession the one where the Chiefs converted the 3rd and 16
to Hill
with
a 17-yard gain?
Yeah, I thought that was, I don't know, when that play was made, I thought Chiefs were going to win this game. They just they haven't made plays like that for a month, and a half.
That seemed like a Conley catch.
Like
that.
That was.
He went up and got him.
That's right.
He reached up. And sometimes when a little guy like that has to go up that far, you think bad throw. But I thought that was a good throw, too, because he had to get it over.
He did. He had to get over.
Linebacker.
There was a linebacker right there.
It was a well-placed ball.
Tyreek's 5'10". He's going to have to throw it high, and Tyreek's going to have to make the jump, and he did. He made the leap to make a really good catch. And you and I talk about this, Terez, his hands. We don't talk enough about Tyreek Hill's hands. He doesn't drop balls.
His ball skills are great, too. Like, nobody tracks it on this team like Tyreek.
That was just a big play.
Ty does a really good job tracking the ball and timing it up in difficult for a little guy.
Yeah.
Again, we don't think he's 5'10". We think he's 5'9".
Yeah, he looks 5'9" to me.
This is a little guy.
I'm taller than him, and I'm 5'8.5". So I'm just saying.
And you know what? I'll take this as another opportunity to gloat because that's something I need to have.
You need to go to the house. It's a rounding error.
I'll take this as another opportunity to go because that's something I never do. I caught some blowback when I told people that his receiving skills last year, when I dared to put him in the realm, if everything went right, of Steve Smith, because he's not just a return guy, but he has legitimate receiving chops. We've seen that this season. I thought in general he's been a number one receiver for him in a bigger kind of way, right? Do you think Macklin would have had a better season than this guy as the number one?
No, Macklin was going to be the number 2,
right?
And the number 3 pass catching option.
Yeah,
Ryan Kelsey. Yeah,
yeah. And
I don't think he wanted that.
No, I think that's a safe bet. I think we can go with that. So.
But it's based. But to your point, reiterating what you guys are saying, he's running great routes. He's catching the ball with his hands a lot. Good footwork all the time. I mean, his footwork's amazing in many ways, but particularly with that precision on the routes.
Right. What do we got, Sam?
All right. I was just looking up for his his stats at the end of the day.
It was 74 yards.
4 catches, 75 yards on 6 targets. All right, 3 and out for the Raiders again. They got nowhere. Punted on 4th and 7. And I think at that point, Vahe had pointed out that the Raiders had 2 yards that were not on that Marshawn Lynch, sun run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that sun run. Yeah.
But I think it started out. Maybe it's at this point we're still talking about. It was either 9-1 or 11-1 in first downs for the Chiefs. I mean, it was just But of course, they weren't getting in the end zone. Anyway, I don't mean to cut off the pattern here where we're going, the narration.
Well, that next drive was the best catch of Albert Wilson's career, right?
Yeah.
Down the left sideline. Yep. I can't think of anything that he's done like that. That was an amazing catch. Watching live, I don't know what y'all thought, but I thought he didn't get it. He had to juggle or one foot.
The Chiefs led us to believe that because they're running up to the line. It's to hurry up and snap it before the challenge flag goes out. And turns out he was in.
The ball just stuck right to his hands. He got both feet in. That was an amazing.
Yeah, that
catch.
second foot dragging was awesome.
That was on Sean Smith too, right? A taller guy.
It was T.J. Carey.
Okay.
Smith was in the vicinity, but it was still a great catch, though. That's the kind of catch we've been banging them for not making.
But then this stalled, and there were the two incompletes to Kelsey. One of those was a really bad drop, right?
Yes.
And I can't think of the other one.
There was one overthrown to Kelsey first.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell, was it a sun factor for Kelsey? But he wasn't going to get to it anyway. It was just overthrown. He kind of griped that maybe he got held. It was kind of
Is that when they were trying to calm him down? right?
On the sideline
yeah.
after, yeah.
Oh, maybe that was right after that. But actually, right after that also would have been him dropping the ball
Yeah,
on
he
that
did.
drive.
Right. That's a ball-
And that was an outright drop.
We don't see him drop balls like that.
Dave, you can testify to the Sun field. We thought up here, at least I did, that might have been a pure in the Sun ball, but his hands also got right to it, so yeah, I think he just dropped it.
Right when the sun is right through the middle of the field, I think it's probably a lot like a baseball player trying to see a pitch coming out of the sun into the shade. You look back, you're in the shade, and you look back, and all of a sudden your face is in the sun. I'm sure I've never caught an NFL pass, shockingly enough, but it seems like something that would be a legitimate factor.
Yeah. So that stalled field goal, 13-0. Then the Raiders had a nice drive going, and then pocket collapses. Chris Jones
put that on Derek
and I
Carr's
can't,
arm.
Can't remember. He hit the arm,
Hit
not
the
the ball.
arm,
Hit the
right.
arm.
Right.
Ball floats up, and it was Mitchell, right?
Yeah, gets good position on Crabtree. I think both guys had an equal shot at the ball when it was up in the air. Mitchell got to it. He got to it and put his body in front of Crabtree. And third pick of the year, which ties him, I think, with Marcus for the team lead. So
Yep, it does.
Can we elaborate on that point for 1 second, if you don't mind? I'm worried we might not get back to it, but I thought the coverage was just outstanding all
it's
day.
great
It
today.
broke down a little bit, especially on after the onside kick recovery. But other than that, I mean, even plays that were caught, these guys were right on them all day. Why?
I think they were doing more press coverage too.
press
I
coverage
think it really
had
was
something to do
started
with
with
it.
that. Huh?
And I also think
Yep.
that, Nelson and Mitchell and these in particular, I thought they really brought it today, energy-wise, man. Like Nelson, with the game he had last week, I thought that he really came to play today. Like we noticed. Remember there was a play near the sideline, Mitchell broke up.
Yes. We thought Nelson was going to jump into his arms like he just won the World Series or something.
Yeah, like we were like, where did this come from? Like, Nelson's a guy. Nelson's a guy where football like really matters to him, and I like guys like that. Like those are guys you can count on to at least be contributors. Eric Murray's like that too. That's why I like him. But, like football like really matters to Nelson in like a real way. So I'm not really surprised he broke. Kind of bounced back today. But I thought, you just never know because that was a really bad game last week.
Derek Johnson made a point of saying that they had a concerted effort to express excitement today after everything. They actually talked about that ahead of time, that they wanted to.
They did.
You make a good play, let's enjoy it. And we'll talk about Eric Berry later, but that some of all this kind of connects. Just looking for the juice.
No, and Andy put that back on the players, but that was the coach who told them that. I mean, that was early in the week. Like, hey, we need to start having the kind of fun that we used to. And he really kind of let them go out there and kind of show who they were for the first time. Well, they always had the will to do it. He always wants them to do it. They just hadn't really been doing it. So that was an emphasis. They get beat down.
We started talking about this after the Dallas game.
Yeah.
The energy from the Dallas game, which seems so long ago, right? We were in that beautiful suite.
I know.
But, I mean, that was like 4 games ago, right?
And a bye week in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Chiefs' next drive was the big play was that the ball down to Tyreek Hill. That Tyreek Hill beat his man three times. Beat him deep. The ball comes. It's underthrown. Beat him back, and then beat him along the sideline, 44 yards. And then this was the drive where Kelsey had the touchdown that got called back on review.
Mitchell, call back on review. That wasn't the one where.
No, I'm sorry. Yes,
It was Mitchell.
this was
It was.
Mitch Schwartz, who was not just downfield on that play.
Yeah.
He was like 10, 15 yards downfield.
He could have been a receiver on the
that
play. Yeah.
And I don't know what happened there. If he thought he was blocking a run, or if it was a run pass option, and he guessed run, and it turned out to be a pass. But that was a big play. Cost 4 points because they ended up kicking another field goal.
So that gets us to by halftime, doesn't it?
Then a 3 and out, and basically halftime. Yeah, nothing else happened.
Dave, by halftime, like, what did you notice about the energy on the field? And did you notice anything? Like, did you get the sense this was like a different game?
I did feel like that they were like you had said, that the players were a little more amped up about the whole thing. And was that because of Peters being missing? Was that because they were sick of losing? Did they feel like the fans were going to turn on them if they had lost another? Which I'm sure all of those things had happened. Yeah, it's like they did feel like they felt like they looked and felt like a winning team in the first half.
And a last stand kind of team,
Yeah.
right? Didn't it feel like that?
It was a back to the wall situation.
Yeah.
For sure. No question.
I'll say I did talk to one player who mentioned that he felt this would have happened anyway because Coach made a point of it to tell them that the enthusiasm needed to be greater. He told them that earlier last week. So, like, he felt like the Peters absence didn't really have anything to do with it. And they all said the right things about him coming back.
Yeah,
so,
they did.
And Andy basically said, yeah, he's going to come back and start again. So, he's a really talented player. And if he's apologetic, which he's always kind of been whenever he's messed up afterward, you stand to gain a lot by having him back as long as he's in the right mindset.
But maybe the biggest thing, don't you think, would be, don't you think that the secondary comes out of this game with a lot of confidence?
Sure.
A lot of confidence that they may not have had before the first snap of this game.
Yeah, especially Mitchell.
Yeah.
Mitchell and Nelson.
They've got to be pumping their jersey.
Especially that last drive. Right? Think about that last drive against Oakland, the first game.
Yeah.
And I guess Derek Carr threw for twice as many yards in that game as he did today.
Yep, 417.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
I think there's when you're down a man like the Chiefs were and an important guy, I think there's a sense among those who are going to take his place, maybe not exactly, like Terrence Mitchell started for him, but everybody in the secondary kind of felt it. I think they felt a greater sense of responsibility. We got to play better. We got to elevate our game to make up for this absence, and I think that happened today.
I think it happens a lot of times, and sometimes, the very thing you think, well, they can't possibly overcome that becomes the opposite because of that. Yeah. By the way, I thought, maybe I didn't see him enough, but I thought Rivas took it to another phase today. I don't know that he was great, but I saw him make at least 5-6 good plays.
He was jamming receivers off the line pretty well, like giving them good forearm shivers as they were getting off the line.
All right, so is it 16? I can't remember.
So this is halftime.
16 nothing or 13 nothing?
It is 16 nothing
Right.
at halftime. Chiefs get the ball and another field goal. Kelsey for 20, Ty for 9, Kareem Hunt pass for 11. Stalls at the 22, kick another field goal. That was kind of the if you among the nits to pick.
Yeah.
It was too many field goals, not enough touchdowns.
And at this point, the Chiefs hadn't punted yet either, right? They'd had 5 possessions and 5
You're
scores.
right. You're right.
I think that's right.
Yeah,
correct.
They hadn't punted by half.
Yeah. All right. So Raiders get the ball and 3 and out. The defense really was terrific. Reggie Ragland wasn't good last week. I think for the first time that I can remember, right, since he started playing a lot. Wasn't that strong last week, but he was bringing it again this week. Chiefs get the ball and punt, finally. 35 yards. Was that? No, that wasn't the block. All right, Raiders get the ball. First play was the fumble. That ball popped up.
Yeah, Steven Nelson.
yeah.
Well, Steven Nelson strips it,
Yeah.
and Frank Zombo falls on
Zombo
it.
recovers it. And then the next play.
The worst moment of the game for
That
Alex
was
Smith.
the worst, one of the worst throws that Alex has had in Kansas City. That was just horrendous.
You enjoyed
was.
musing on that during the game too, man. Like you had a good time. Just like, what is he doing?
I mean, that was like the more you watched it, like watching live was like, I didn't need to get out of the pocket, but okay, he's going over there and throwing across his body to the middle of the field. Probably not the best idea, but hey, maybe. And then it's just 10 yards off target.
Yeah.
Directly to the young gentleman, Joseph.
And these are the Raiders. They've had 1 interception all season.
That stat was amazing.
Not by a defensive back.
And the first one by a D-back all season.
Yeah.
I mean, what game is this? 13? That's amazing.
Not what you want.
It's like that year that the Chiefs didn't have a wide receiver touchdown.
Yeah.
It was that sort of that kind of eye opener. Like, really?
Remember that.
Really?
That's pretty good.
All right, Raiders get the ball, and you won't believe this, but they punt again. Derek Carr, lots of incomplete passes. The coverage really was terrific. But was this the drive? I think this was the drive. Shoot, I can't remember. I think it was this ball to Crabtree. That could have been a 90-yard touchdown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
and
horrible
he just,
throw.
He just underthrew it.
Yeah.
She's got luck. So there's a balance, right? Like we watch these games from a Chiefs perspective, right? But
think of the mistakes they made that would have made it right.
If the five of us were covering the Raiders and everybody watching was Raiders fans, we'd be talking, I think, a lot about Raider failures today because they had a lot. They did a lot of Raidering, as they say. But the Chiefs.
Do we think they play hard today?
The Chiefs?
No, the Raiders.
That's a good, you know what? That's not a bad question. They get their juice from, I think, their wide receivers.
Yeah,
and
that's
Carr,
probably true.
Carr was missing them early, and we saw some bad body language from Crabtree.
A lot of
Yeah.
It was
You know?
a lot of bad body language
Yeah.
from Crabtree.
The team's a mess. They've lost 4 in a row, right? Is that right?
No.
No,
They
no,
were
they-
4-2 in their last 6.
Yeah, and they
So
lost
they,
4 in a row.
they beat the Giants last weekend. So
right. Remember they
I was
started
thinking
off
about the
badly.
Jets. I'm sorry, I was
Right,
thinking about last week.
yeah.
So still at this point, you're thinking, okay, what are the column ideas? They're gonna win this thing easily,
Yeah.
and
Not quite.
No, especially because after this drive, they punt, Chiefs get it at 38, and this was the drive where I thought, like, was just the foot on the throat moment, right? Like this was Kareem Hunt for 7, Kareem Hunt for 17,
Right.
and then Kendrick West for 13 and the touchdown.
was
and that
fantastic.
play, the West touchdown, and all those runs by Hunt, there were some holes, right? But the touchdown, LDT had his man pushed into the end zone on a 13-yard touchdown. That was incredible.
That's
and
what
that
I've been
was
waiting to see.
Yeah.
That's what we've been waiting to see from this guy. I would tell you one thing. Very much like Zach Fulton, LDT combos.
Yeah.
Big fan of those at the point.
Yeah.
You don't want to put a one technique in that gap between those guys. It's going to be a long day for that guy. You know, when they're – so I'm like, okay, I want more of that. Also, one thing I want to point out, about as hard as I've seen Kendrick run on a play.
Yeah.
That guy was really
man.
going, man.
Yeah.
He- there was a little extra with him today. There was a little – he had somebody with him. You know, he had something with him.
he did. And he met up with Navarro at the 5-yard line and dragged him into the end zone
Yeah.
at the end of that run. But look, we know that Kendrick didn't play last week, and he didn't practice the previous week. He practiced this week. There was a death in the family, so he was a little bit of a heavy heart there. He was telling me after the game that while he was missing time with the team, he was in constant contact with players, coaches, even Clark Hunt was getting in touch with him. He was never felt alone, never, in a tough time. The Chiefs really backed him up on this.
The affection for him was really cool to
Immense.
see, right? I mean,
everybody.
Dave told us about. I guess Mitchell gave him a really special hug on the field. We were watching just on the video of Albert Wilson, like holding him for a long time and talking to his ear, and I think there was a lot more of that in the locker room too.
There's a lot of popular guys in that locker room, like, respected, loved teammates, and he's at the top of the list.
Absolutely. There's no more. I don't think there's a more liked person.
You won't find anybody that's as liked as that guy. I mean, it's all of them. It's
He loves barbecue. So
Kendrick.
if I could just throw that in.
So he's got that going for
I was
him,
going to
too.
say, but
All that and barbecue.
All right, so the Raiders get the ball back down 26 to Goose Egg, and you won't believe this, but they end up punting. The key play to me is that 3rd and 10, Justin Houston with the sack.
Yes.
And very excited Justin Houston.
Yes.
With that sack. That was,
About as much emotion as we've seen Justin have in a long time, right?
Yep,
he had,
Yeah.
he had a dance party out there.
The one thing
at
I'll
the
say,
timeout.
I called before this. I called it before my game, or at least I said that this needed to happen. I thought the leaders needed to lead from the front in this game.
Good
Like,
call.
This was one of the games where your season's on the line here. Like I wanted to see the guys and Andy Reid. I asked him who the leaders are. He's like, yeah, you know who they are. Really?
Yeah,
You
well,
sure?
yeah.
Because I wanted to see it, and like, okay, Eric Berry was out there before the game doing the pregame hunt. I'm like, okay, the leaders are here this week, huh?
Yeah,
Justin
right.
Houston had a good game. He had like 6 tackles, and he had a sack and a tackle.
Yeah.
And he showed up.
And the combination
had
of
a
three
nice game.
three
They
sacks and 3 turnovers generated that I don't remember if those numbers were exactly what they did with Denver, but that is completely different than we've seen in 6-7 weeks.
Really
To do
good
both.
sign. I thought that this season goes the wrong way if they lose this game. Good sign.
I
that
didn't
these-
think they were winning again. I
Yeah.
thought if they lost this game, they were
they're
done.
totally in the tank.
Done.
But the leaders led from the front in this game, and that's a reason to be optimistic.
All right, so Chiefs get the ball, and this is where things started going well for the Raiders and not as well for the Chiefs. They punt, and this was I don't think it'll count as a blocked punt
Oh, yeah,
because it
got
got
his-
past the line of scrimmage.
but
Is
got
that-
his
is that-
hand on it.
Is that the rule?
I think so.
Ended up being a 13-yard punt. Raiders get the ball, touchdown. This was Marshawn Lynch for 22 yards. And by the way, like, this is completely irrelevant.
I know what you're going to say.
But I've never seen somebody like score a touchdown and just like cross the plane by 6 inches and just come back. That was weird.
it was-
And then
Ron
Marshawn
Parker
Lynch is
got in his
different.
face.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what was going on
It was
there. Like
fun,
he
though.
turned and shook hands with a teammate first, and then there was an exchange with Ron Parker, but I couldn't tell if it was
There's a lot of smiles in that, though. Lynch, I'm genuinely interested about like Lynch, because like I don't think he's playing like with a lot of anger. like, I really don't, like, we always said he ran angry. He, like, legitimately seemed to be having, like, a lot of fun. Him and Parker were having a good time laughing about
but he
that.
had really plowed over
trucked.
Parker earlier.
There was a moment
That
that Parker
27-yard run
in the first quarter.
Parker was just.
Well, whatever they were talking, I never got the sense that was contentious at all. I thought if you watch Lynch play, he does like a lot of like laughing and joking with the other team. That's really rare.
He's a popular dude around
He
the
is a
league,
popular
I think.
dude
Yeah.
around the league.
Yeah.
He's a really well-liked player.
All right, so this was the onside kick that I think they called it
Chiefs
Chiefs
ball
ball,
first.
right? Originally, and then on review, I was kind of surprised that got called back. But anyway, Raiders get the ball, end up scoring a touchdown. This is the 29-yarder to Jared Cook, where he was pretty open.
On 4th and what?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4th and 7.
4th and 7.
Where me and you both thought, like, kick the field goal. You got to
Yeah.
score 3 times
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah, that's
Anyway, kick the field goal. But, what do we know, right?
I'm sorry, but I love. It's funny when we've seen nothing but the angry Chiefs fans, and every once in a while, when the Chiefs play well, the other team's fans come into the mix.
Oh, nice.
So we've got
airing of grievances.
we've got a fire hack Del Rio. I like that. Yeah. Very Whitlock-ish. Hack Del Rio.
That is Whitlock.
I will work that into a column. I'm not gonna lie. Hack Del Rio's team. Well, that column would definitely be. The column would definitely be Chiefs are still frauds, and you just use Hack Del Rio like 15 times in that column. That's what he would write after this game.
There's no doubt this has been a disappointing year for the Raiders.
Michael Badge.
After Matt Nagy's first bad game, called it Matt Hackey.
All right, so that touchdown was scored with 7:17 left, and they're only down 11. At this point, you're kind of
Better get the next onside.
yeah.
But they didn't. They kicked
No,
deep.
they kicked the G.
Someone at this table may have started photographing dejected fans. Because I kind of jumped the gun. And I thought, well, I'd better.
You know better.
I'd
been doing this too long.
I was going to say, I'd better start working the fans with the long faces.
That's great.
I had
To have it on file.
I had 2 people with their names just in case.
The other thing you do,
CYA.
you know what I love about you, too? The other thing you do every game, there's always the Mahomes Smith shot.
Oh,
Every week, it's Mahomes looking back at the camera like, and Alex,
tell you what.
you're ready for it. You got it.
I like my Twitter followers. They need a fresh Patrick Mahomes photo every week. I don't know what it is.
That thing gets favorited like
I was
50
like,
times.
seriously,
It's
the
amazing.
people love the Patrick Mahomes photos.
Well, especially the one where he's walking into the tunnel, and above him is the final score from the Bills.
That was intentional.
That is photojournalism.
We're going to have like 15, like when the Chiefs trade Smith, it'll be like 15 of those photos that Jeff and the guys will be able to pick from.
Gallery.
Like,
Gallery.
Changing of the guard.
David will be like, here you go. Pick whatever you want. It's going to be great.
Twitter will be filled with they'll caption it, like they'll tweet it and then quote tweet it and be like, I am the quarterback now. Look at me.
Look at me. I almost had a meme last week of them sitting on the bench at the Jets talking, and people put in all their captions of what the imaginary conversation was.
Did some of them make you laugh?
They all made me laugh. That's good. That's like, my goal is to generate memes.
David Photo KC, everybody follow him. Great stuff.
All right, so the Chiefs get the ball, and this ended up being a punt, but they did run off 5 minutes of the clock, which basically,
That was the game.
yeah, they got what are we looking at here? Just one first down, but they ran the ball.
Was it
They ran the
sound?
ball,
Was it
got 5
sound for
minutes
the
on the
Raiders
clock.
not to onside kick again there?
I thought they should have.
I thought they should have too. My thought about the onside kick strategy anyway is it's not so much about the field position at that point. You got to stop them fast no matter what. So why not give it a shot? I don't know. I would have done it.
Did anybody notice Crabtree kept leaving the game? I think Kathy Christensen pointed that out, and I appreciate you, Kathy. Thank you. But like,
Great.
like I did notice that. Like after
I did
the
too.
underthrown ball.
Yes, yeah. He
Yes.
just
He left the field.
just stepped over to the sideline. He was close to the sideline, so he just wandered over to the sideline.
More like sulked or skulked off
Yeah,
the field.
yeah.
Like he
Bad body language again.
I don't know what kind of juju that team's got. I don't know what, because this was a game they could have come in here and won. I don't know what that was
taking
about.
control of the division.
Derek Johnson, by the way, suspected that Beast Mode would have some words for Derek Carr after setting him up for the Derek Johnson light-up tackle.
Talk about getting trucked.
That was
Man.
look, you've seen him a lot longer than I have. I think you made a reference to a hit from 6-7 years ago.
Therese.
Oh, you did.
That was a year ago.
That
It
was
that
just
just
a year
last
ago.
year?
Oh.
Doesn't it seem so
my
long
God.
ago?
Yeah.
That's-
You know what? Did you see like the replay of that Johnson hit?
The one from last
Yeah,
year?
today.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
he
still
trucked.
not as fast as he
No.
was, man.
Yeah.
Like,
No, he's
and
not.
that part is just like, but
This was
It
perfect
was
storm,
still
right? I mean, it's just, yeah.
Goldbergian. Like it was.
I feel like that was like Derek's final like prime shot. That was his final prime highlight on somebody.
On a
That-
dude.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like still prime Derek Johnson. That hit from a year ago, that was something, man. Great football. So,
So that's basically
Okay,
it.
all right.
They got it down. Raiders get the ball at 2:39, and we're taking their damn time.
Yeah,
They're down
yeah.
11.
Well, and then so the game basically ends with another interception. The second pick, third turnover, the Stephen Terrell or Terrell
Mitchell was pressing on, was it Crabtree?
Yeah,
and
would've been Crabtree.
and then
ball deflected into.
Terrell's intercepted.
Can I just say Stephen Terrell/Terrell?
yeah.
Becoming kind of a locker room favorite of mine.
Interesting.
Last couple of weeks, scores big points with us when you're willing to talk and really talk after a loss, right?
Yeah.
And he was really good last week, and I think he's a smart guy and tells it like it is.
He's one of those guys that's going to fall in the Kurt Coleman, Quentin Demps, Tyvon Branch tree, where they make money as a third for safety and get that free agent deal and get out of here.
Yeah.
Terrell's like really gifted. He was like 4.3, 4.40 or something. Like they're going to do that rehab on him. And
Been
that's
playing
how that's
a
gonna
lot here the last couple of weeks.
be. You guys ready to answer some questions?
Let's do it.
All right. Want to say hi to Rob Nassari, who says he's watching the A-Team from 33,000 feet in the air.
Hey, Rob, thank you.
Appreciate you, man. He actually
That's
asked me
tremendous.
questions on Facebook. So we're glad that you finally got on Facebook Live. You figured it out, man. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
a
He has
lot.
to pay
That
for
is
Wi-Fi
awesome.
on that flight.
Yeah, that's right.
impressive.
Hopefully, maybe he's A-list plus and he gets the freebie on
The free Wi-Fi.
Southwest Airlines.
Yeah.
I'm glad you came to the game. He was having some serious doubts if he was going to come to this game, man. Like he's just like, should I come? Should I? They're going to be that bad. I'm just like, just enjoy the game. They lose. Just make sure and I actually recommend this for all fans. Like, just enjoy football for what it is, but your life should be outcome dependent on the Chiefs. Like, you can't, go up and down with this team's winning and losing because you can't control it no matter what you think. You know what I mean?
She says that I had a neighbor who was like, "Do I even bother to go tomorrow?" I'm like, "Yeah, you go. This is your playoff game for one thing. I mean, it's more or less going to be a beautiful day." I thought it was a little disappointing the fan turnout today. I get that they lost 6-7.
Decent amount of black in here too. Black,
There was,
you know,
there
black.
was,
Yeah,
but a lot of empty
Raiders
seats.
stuff. Raiders
A lot of empty
games.
seats upper deck. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Mitch Connell says, Sam, are you feeling your same level of manliness? See, I'm telling you guys, we have people who watch. I'm telling you guys, we have people who watch.
That's what you get when a photographer is in here.
I will give credit. That's an alert A-team watcher, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the only reason I mentioned it. Like, we have people who watch every one. You know?
Yes.
Yeah. It's good.
I did have steak last night.
I just saw it on the screen. That's great. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. Alex Manor said, this is something we need to address. Hey, probably this is you. How much did having Barry on the sideline play a role in the team's play today?
Look, I'll tell you, I wrote about this for tomorrow, and it's always interesting, right? It's very easy to try to find a tidy explanation for something being totally different, right? And we tend to look at those sorts of moments as like, okay, well, Eric Berry talked to the team, and it can be exaggerated. But I will tell you this. I walked up to Steve Terrell and Ron Parker while they're still getting dressed, just kind of waiting to talk to them, and they're talking about Eric Berry. I mean, it wasn't prompted by me, and they're saying the very things that you might suspect move them about Eric Berry. And so I just kind of said I couldn't help but hearing guys, and we just started talking, and I think it really matters to them. And it wasn't just today. You know, the pregame talk is the pregame talk, but also he was here all week. He was with the team at the hotel last night. He's been in meetings. even guys like Reggie Ragland, linebacker, say that Barry just comes walking along at any given time and says, what do you do on such and such play? Like, just gives pop quizzes. So I'm not sure that he's got any particular words that just stay with them, like profiles and courage words down there. But Blair, you had it in the binoculars first today. You can see the way they're responding to him talking. It's really more about the tone and the passion, I think, than any particular words to live by. And it matters. I think it does matter.
Every game, they warm up and then they come together as a team, for a group kind of chant, whatever. And it's usually, it's Barry when he's healthy and doing a lot of the talk. I've seen Justin Houston, and we've seen the veterans, Derek Johnson. We've seen the veterans in there leading that. Today, it was Eric Berry with his bad Achilles and won't be playing the rest of the year. He was the one who was. Go ahead.
No. And also walking around just fine, by the
Yes.
way. Well, and like Albert Wilson pointed that out to me, so I'm going to talk to Albert Wilson, and Barry walks up to him, and they're joking about something they joked about before the game, like showing that Eric was clearly engaged, and he was like, "Look at his act, look at his foot, he walking around, huh?" And I'm like, "Huh, okay." Go ahead.
So, something I did notice, because we sit and the Chiefs sideline is closest to the press box. We see the back of the Chiefs. I did notice. I was looking at Barry and his shoes. One shoe was different than the other.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but one had you could tell from the back of the shoe one was different than the other.
Good sign. I mean, but just the fact that after an Achilles he's out walking around, I actually think I'm hearing he's been doing some stuff. So
Well, we had that little moment the other day. In fact, I was asking Blair about this, and as I was writing in the story, is darting too strong a word for seeing what we saw of Eric in the locker room? Blair said it was too strong, and he's right. But it was a jog. He jogged. It wasn't like,
Dave had the best verb, gallivant.
Gallivanting.
He was
Gallivanting.
Yeah.
There was a glee to it that you don't see in the locker room.
Get me
very
rewrite.
often.
We got it. It's okay.
Matthew Brownfield says, "Snip, snip." Jordan Tribe says, "Oh, I see Peters wasn't the only one cut this week."
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh man! I don't think you really volunteered that info either.
Well, somebody brought it up at that round table, though, and it wasn't me because I didn't know. So you might have. I can't believe people were paying attention to that. Like, golly.
I thought we couched it pretty good. I was just asking you to
think,
take those scissors back to Brad's
I
office.
think it's fine until you actually broke out the scissors.
That's
That's
what did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Props are always funny. Always funny.
Peter's line is pretty good.
That is. Brendan Downey says that it seemed like Sutton was dialing up the rush to keep pressure off the DBs. Maybe. I mean, I thought that he did a good job, creating pressure, which I thought was necessary.
But I didn't see a lot of exotics. I didn't see. When you think about it, you didn't.
The one example we were talking about earlier, right, with Jones going outside, and Houston inside, but nothing else really.
In terms of numbers, you didn't see
Yeah.
Sorensen blast through like we've seen that recently. I just thought that was kind of interesting. He did it with Jones, Jenkins, with Justin. They did it with the tackles and ends.
Yeah.
Bobby Tarwacki says, "I formally apologize to Albert Wilson for all of us. That guy is vital to this offense and Alice's success. The kid is a gamer." That's true, because they can call different formations and he can line up anywhere. He can help. He and Ty can help make up for DeMarcus still learning the concepts in the offense because they can.
He had one other catch today we didn't get to mention. I can't remember if it just kept the drive alive or if it led to a score, but it was about a 3rd and 10. He catches the ball about 8, bobbles it a little bit, gets hit, breaks a tackle, and gets the first. It was a big play one way or another, whether it's just 8 clock or helped him move the points.
Jacob Calloway says, "Do you see Bob Sutton being the defensive coordinator next season, despite how the rest of the season is played out?" I do think that if this thing had gone poorly today, they don't make the playoffs. I think that's it. Like, should make a change.
And that's
there.
still a possibility.
And that's still a possibility. Some people have pointed out that during the game, Andy was yelling at him. Shows that Andy is more involved
Little engaged.
without calling the plays without the play sheet. He gets, hey, well, are we gonna dial something up here? Or you don't. Andy can actually be pretty. He can be pretty. What's the word people around here use? ornery, right? He can be pretty ornery when he wants
Except they
to.
say ornery.
Yeah, ornery. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, we say ornery.
Yeah, I've heard that. I'd never heard that word before I got to this state. Still haven't.
But he's got that. He's got
still
a
not
little,
pronouncing it right. I see, but yeah, he can be that way. Like I've heard stories that aren't like okay on this family friendly.
You think a little sarcasm? I think Andy uses probably a little sarcasm. Don't you
Oh,
think?
$1,000,000%.
Yeah. Think maybe we could dial up a little something, Bob?
Oh, yeah.
Do you see that?
Hey, you got anything there?
You got
That
something?
big sheet. You got something there?
Yeah. Do you have the good plays highlighted there on the sheet?
It's a good point, a good time to mention that someone mentioned Clark Hung on here somewhere.
Oh, mercy.
Clark Hung.
Keep going back.
It was just Clark Hung question mark.
Oh, my.
I love seeing Blair laugh.
Maybe you can borrow a new one from Clark Hung.
Man. Tough crowd.
Then it says, any chance Dorsey trades for Alex Smith? We were talking about this up here. What do you guys think about
So
that?
I actually don't, just because they have so many draft picks, and it's a good quarterback class, and I think you draft your own guy.
It's
But-
2 in the first, right? Don't they have 2 in the
I
first?
think they've got two high. Like I think two within the first,
And 5 in the
top
first 2
half
rounds.
of the. Yeah, 5 in the first 2 rounds, and they got plenty of picks.
This is-
if they like Darnold or whoever like that, they can go that way.
I'm just thinking of that little interesting stat we were talking about earlier, that today the Chiefs had one first-round pick under the Dorsey-Reed regime playing the game. Just one guy, because of D Ford on IR, Marcus suspended.
Big fish.
1 year where they didn't have the first-round pick, Mahomes redshirting. Big fish, the only one.
How about that?
Kind of interesting. Maybe just that, just a little interesting.
'Cause Chris
TJ
Jones
Simmons
was-
has been watching us.
Second rounder. He
Yeah,
was
he
the first
he
pick.
was like a
He was
second
their
round,
first pick
30
that year, but
35th
second
or
rounder.
something.
Yeah.
TJ Simmons has been watching us. He correctly points out you brought some of this on yourself because you mentioned something about leaving as a full man the last time.
TJ's correct.
People listen to us.
Wow,
with
there's a
headphones,
record. There's a
apparently.
record of this stuff.
Is there a transcript?
Wow.
That's scary.
Break down.
18 transcript.
That's scary
Yikes.
for me. Rob Nassari says, Therese, sorry about your January vacation plans. Not. Hey, look, I'm going to be in Orlando for the Pro Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay either way. All right? It doesn't bother me none. Like, they have a good season. We got 5 guys going to the Pro Bowl. Okay. I got some stories to write. I'm staying in Orlando. It's wonderful. Then I'm going to the Super Bowl. It'll be a long 2 weeks, but hey, don't worry about me, babe.
Baby.
Jesse Bates says, thank you, Jesse, says, can we get a shout out to Sam, thumbs up, for his great article on Peters?
Heck yeah.
It was a great article.
It was.
Thank
It
you.
was
Thank you,
important
Jesse.
and really
The
thought-provoking.
Kansas City nice thing is really, that's really
It's a real
compelling.
thing. It's a thing.
That's compelling.
I hadn't thought about it in those terms, but it is a thing.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe for people who've lived outside of this area, you know, like all of us except for you, you recognize that it's a thing. Hadn't
Yeah.
thought about it, but
I don't think that I've ever heard that exact term before.
I like it, though.
Before it was Sly James that said it, but as soon as he said it, I knew exactly what he meant.
Sort of like Billy Butler, kind of like that sort of Kansas City night, like
Yeah.
that personality that Kansas City embraces.
Just sort of, let's all get together, don't rock the boat kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
I think it's a Midwestern
That
thing.
is.
Marcus-
I think,
that
it's, I
is.
think it's a Midwestern
different.
region, but
that could have easily been Des Moines nights or
Nebraska nights
right,
or
yeah.
something. Yeah,
Lincoln- yeah, it could have been any of that.
Yeah.
but it's true, and there's something to it.
Bobby Tarwacki correctly points out that Peters is going to be at intensity level 3,000 next week against Allen now, too.
Yeah, Keenan Allen. I have been-
Oh, yes!
In prime
yes. Oh, God,
Under
yes.
the lights.
Boy, you're not kidding.
Peters is getting a pick next week. You can take that to the bank.
We might get the
oh,
full,
my God.
We might get the full experience.
What does that include, Sam?
A pick and a penalty.
A punt, a penalty,
And an explosion.
an explosion, and probably a whiff on a strip. A strip whiff. A tackle
Oh, he's
strip
gonna
whiff.
try and strip.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna.
Allen. Allen gets under his skin, too, man. I think, as far as like Marcus Peters, like nemesis goes, he might be. No, it's Crabtree, because Crabtree played for his hometown team.
Yeah.
I think he legitimately hates him. Allen is close. I mean, Allen's the one that Peters told me about him being his son. So that's pretty.
People online here are calling for more Marcus Peter punts.
Hopkins,
Which,
Yes.
as a photographer, I'm down for.
People at this table, at least one, is calling for the same thing.
DeAndre Hopkins would be on that list. Yeah. Oh yeah. Good call, Bobby. Big time. That dude is gonna. Oh, he's gonna be on one. Jordan Tribe says, "Is it safe to say Nagy calls plays the rest of the year?" I like Nagy calling plays. Like I think we've seen more creativity since he started doing it. There's screens.
More creativity and fewer irrational creative moments, right? I mean,
There was the one today where Kelsey lined up in the backfield and kind of wheel routed, got set up on the linebacker and didn't bring it in. But
I'll give Bowman credit on that. I wouldn't have thought
Bowman made
could've
a good play on it.
No way I would have bet money on Bowman being able to run with Kelsey. I'll give him credit on that. I thought that was a hell of a play.
well, look, I mean, if you just look at numbers, right? Remember, they had a 10-quarter period where they scored 19 points, including the Giants. 10 quarters, 19 points, including the Giants overtime. Now, 57 points in the last 8 quarters.
The problem today specifically was the red zone. They
Yeah.
couldn't get touchdowns.
We
talk about Kelsey dropped pass. Demetrius Harris dropped a pass that was going to be a touchdown.
Blair, I'm really glad you brought that up. This is why we work well together. They rank like 43rd. Their red zone percentage is like 43%. That's 28th in the NFL. If you guys think that's going to work in January.
For touchdowns.
Right.
For touchdowns.
But if you think that's good enough to win in January, you're crazy. And can you guys guess where I put the blame on that? Just somebody make a guess.
Play call.
Interesting. What about you?
I thought you would say line,
I was
actually.
going to say offensive
Oh,
line.
1,000,000% offensive line. Because if you can't move people in that short space, then you got to get tricky. And some of it's play calling too. But this is why you build teams from the inside out. And this is why those guys need to hit the weight room again this offseason. And if they can't move people in short distances, short yardage situations better next year, they need to start developing some other guys. Like, you can't win like this, man. I know this is a pass-happy league, but 43% is not good enough. That's a real concern.
Do you
for the
at all
playoffs.
think there's a deficiency in how they go about the weight training?
I don't know. I hear nothing but good things about Barry Rubin. I put a player's inability to get stronger on the player most of the time. I think there's some hard workers on that line. Like I know Mitch Morse has put in a lot of.
Yeah.
You can actually watch. You can actually see Mitch's upper body transform.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Hey, especially you and me seeing him at Missouri.
Yeah,
I mean, you see what he's become.
And actually Larry too. Like Larry, Larry's a big, strong guy, right? But there's plays you're just like, okay, let's you'd like to see a little bit more. That's the position where you got to move another man. So you want to see some Hulks, right? So you like that? That's good. Yeah. Kyle Fisher says that's very Neanderthalish of me too, but it's true though.
I like it. Yeah.
That's part of my shtick. Right? That's how it works for me. Kyle Fisher says, and I want to talk about this. If Chiefs go on to have a nice season with Nagy calling plays, will he even be here next year? And I don't know, because I actually like him as a head coaching prospect more than Doug Peterson. Peterson's had a nice year so far. But Nagy's got something, man. The players talk really highly of him. And also, I like what I see as far as a play caller. He's got some kind of special traits, I think. And I think teams will probably be wise to look for him. My point is, I think Andy thinks that too. So I don't know if he'll be the head coach here, but they obviously need to have a good end to the season for that to happen. Yep. But what we do know is this. The last time Andy singled out an assistant like this and gave him credit, a significant amount of credit, from his tree because he loved him, the guy got a job in 2 months. So let's keep an eye on that.
And Dave Tobe is always at risk of leaving.
Because he interviews a lot, right? And I think Bieniemy might go somewhere and be an offensive coordinator somewhere. He's consistently gotten the most out of his position of anybody that's been on staff for 5 years. He's called plays before too, which is something to remember. So if Nagy leaves,
He could be the OC.
you got to think about it. So, Jason Phelps asked, "Why not?" We're almost done, guys. He says, "Why not continue to press through the line through the fourth quarter?" Now, they had a 26-point lead or whatever it was entering the fourth. You play soft. You make the time go off the clock. That's just their strategy. You don't want. I'm gonna let you know something. Now, Mitchell's not that fast, and Revis can't really run like that either. Okay, Nelson's okay, but the Raiders receivers are fast. They can run. They get a step. They could take any of those corners to the house. So you didn't want to give up the big play. Rob Nassar says, I'm A-list plus. And he's better than us.
That's right. A-list
preferred.
A-list preferred.
Dang. Tyler Hoffman says, what do you guys think about Andy giving Sutton an earful on the sideline? Ooh,
I need
to see that.
I never saw
I
a
need to
clip
see
of it. I believe it, but I'd like to see it myself.
Max Schneider says Reed was getting on Sutton on the TO call when the Raiders had delay a game. Okay. Does Eric Berry have a future as a coach? Ernie Grafton says. I would think so if he wants it.
Sure. I think he's got a future of whatever he wants to do.
I agree, but
Like an executive, a businessman,
Yeah.
Political office.
a coach, a
Anything.
counselor, a motivator.
it's actually really fascinating.
Whatever the hell that guy wants to do.
I want to see him come back and play, but I'm excited to see what becomes of his life after playing.
That's what I was going to say, Vi. I think he's got good years left in his career. I don't know how many good years, but good years left, and I'm looking forward to seeing him play again.
Yeah.
He's not even 30 yet, right?
No.
I think he's got to be 28, 29,
Correct.
something like that. I mean, but whatever he wants to do when he's done playing, I think he's going to do.
It's really it's really fascinating to me the effect he has on people. I mean, it
is fascinating.
I mean, we get little glimpses of that, occasional time with interviews or little things we get to learn, but there's something unique, really special about it.
I'll say, I've covered this. This is my 5th year covering this team. It's actually been fun to watch him grow up and mature some too. Because Eric had a reputation as a leader at Tennessee, but when I started covering the Chiefs in 2013, he was more surly than anything. I thought he was really surly a lot. He was one of the guys that would wave you away as fast as almost anybody. But when the cancer thing happened, ever since then, I think that taught him a lot, and I think he's been as good as anyone we've had here in that room as far as leading by example and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I remember him talking after the Atlanta game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That,
In that
Well,
hallway.
the hallway.
And I do a lot of. I listen to all those pressers like you do. That when he was talking, there were no sounds in the hallway. Everybody was leaning in to
And it was
listening to him
in a
talking.
hallway, hundreds of people walking
they-
by.
they had to
People
get
were
him out of the locker room.
He does have that magnetic thing. I think it's because he doesn't speak loudly, but he also has this presence about him. And when he speaks, you're like, yeah, I got to hear
There's no
what this
wasted
guy.
words.
Yeah, it's like I got to hear what this
Yeah.
guy's saying right now.
He's the combination because he's super intelligent, but also able to just clarify a thought in his head that he wants to get out, and has kind of the perspective and the guts to do it all. I mean, he's got it all, man. Whatever that guy wants to do.
I wish that I more like him.
Me want me, more him.
Me want more
Yeah,
Barry.
Yeah, that's
All right, closing thoughts, guys. We'll start with Sam, who's first in our hearts, even though he's not first on Vahe's invitation list.
Ooh, coming back.
Thank you.
Coming,
I'm
circling around.
starting to feel a little bit of respect
that was a
around
chuck
here.
block.
Finally.
Yeah.
No, Sam's the alpha dog of the Stars team, though. It's fun.
There's a long way to go from disaster to success, right? And the Chiefs have been in disaster. And this is not a success yet, but it puts them, if they lost this game, I think we all agree, I think the season was, had no chance. So they at least put themselves in a position to have a successful season, which to me means getting past the division round in the playoffs at minimum.
First of all, Merry Christmas to everybody but Sam. Second of all,
Love that.
I can't get past the only real thought of the day for me is just this was the end of the season if they lost and you know what, they're back on the inside perch here. They got Los Angeles at home. I think the Chargers are a better team right now. We'll get to that when we get to our predictions, but they've certainly rekindled the season now. So that's all you want at this stage.
Has to be a confidence booster. They sort of forgot how to win, or I felt like they sort of forgot how to win, and now they can look at the Chargers and say, well, we smoked them in Los Angeles. It's in our place. We can do whatever we want now. That sort of mind shift,
I think was the biggest thing out of today, in addition to being 7-6.
I don't know. Carson Chargers are a different team now. I mean, it's a whole different team.
It's a showdown,
they
man.
kicked Washington's ass tonight. So, this was kind of a season-saving victory. They can take a huge step toward winning the division next week with a win. Atmosphere should be great here. Saturday night, Marcus Peters returns. I think if they win next Saturday, they'll win the division. And we'll see what happens. They'll be a 4th seed, right? They'll play a home playoff game, but not to get too far ahead. But Saturday night, I think the season's on the line again.
Do we have any passing idea who might come in here then, if they host that home playoff game?
Yeah, the Ravens or the Jaguars.
God. Okay, well, yeah, so.
You like the Ravens idea, Therese, I know.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I'm sure Macklin won't be
Little J.
fired. If I had beat Jeremy Macklin real quick. So, Jeremy, excited to face your old team?
I know.
I'm not thinking about that. No. It'd be great. I'll say this, man. When we did our midweek 18 roundtable, I picked them to lose. And I very rarely change my mind. I don't do that often. But the more I hung around those guys and I talked to them more, and the more I kind of heard stuff, I started thinking, this is going to be a man-up game, and that's the way it's getting portrayed. Like, the any given Sunday stuff, all that's real now. Like, you bounce back now or it's over. And I started thinking, if I pick them to lose, that means I don't think that they can man up. They won't bounce back, based on everything I'd heard. And I thought they deserved the benefit of the doubt about that, because they proved it in 2015. So I said, okay, I'll change my mind. And Blair, you were on this the whole way. Whatever. You're on this the whole way.
Just felt like it was going to end.
But really positive sign. There would have been a lot to question if these guys had lost that game. I think at this point you could have said, okay, they're too old. Their prime has passed a lot of guys by. You got to rebuild the defense. And I'm not saying none of that stuff not true, but I'm saying we can pass it off another week now, right?
Yeah,
that's what I'm
well
saying.
said. That's
right.
So, got to play well against the Chargers. Got to beat the Chargers. But this was a disaster-saving game. And, we're just going to see how it goes. I will also say, remember I said a couple weeks ago I would not refer to them as Super Bowl contenders until they fix, multiple areas. I'm still on that train. But the run defense has been much better since then, really since the Dallas game. They've been okay.
That's one area
That's
that
one
has
area.
actually been good throughout the past month and a half.
It has.
That has improved, I think.
Yeah.
Benny Logan's a big reason for that.
I think Ragland is,
And
too.
Ragland,
man.
my goodness, that guy hits hard.
That guy. He is getting about as many pluses in my post-game evaluations as anybody. I mean, he is delivering some blows. And I tweeted this too. Nobody. I haven't seen a Chiefs linebacker win in the phone booth as consistently as he does. That guy fires and he wins in those close spaces. They haven't had a Mike linebacker like this, that can really close down. That was a good move. And he's someone to build on with whoever they choose to be the weak side guy. So
He's good on the hoof.
he's great on the hoof. We appreciate you guys watching. Remember, go to kansas.com for all your Chiefs news. Remember to go to SportsBeat KC, rate and review us. Leave a message. Give us the star, 5 stars. Help us out. We'd appreciate it. For Sam, for Vahe, for David Hewlett, and for Blair, I'm Therese Paylor. We'll see you guys middle of this week. Have a good one.